Hutton Orbital Radio. We dealt it, you smelt it.
Hutton Orbital Radio. We dealt it, you smelt it.
Welcome to Hutton Orbital. I recommend spending no time here at all.
This is a public announcement. Can whoever stole my chimes please return them?
Paging Commander Rampage, you've left your Oompa Loompa outfit and wanders again. Thank you.
Well, bugger. Hutton has been sat in Alpha Centauri since the earliest days of interstellar exploration, and our rent is late. It turns out we have a landlord, or landlady, or land thing. AC is in an occupied system, as it turns out, and they want some recompense for us taking up space around one of their planets. A first contact group has been sent to 2045 PC2, where they're meeting the local life forms to discuss terms and agree on fees. Due to lack of volunteers, we've had to draft in some local ne'er-do-wells from the security cells. So, the team consists of Gusto the Clown, Commander Chicks, who has to be back by 8:30 p.m. local time for his wedlock TM tag will tighten around his neck, and Lady Brenda, the fortune teller, who was caught selling fake limpets made from dustbins and old bits of tape. The live feed is coming in now. I can see Chicks. Oh my god, they've attacked him! He's writhing around on the ground and his face is all Oh, hang on. What's the time? Yeah, it's just his wedlock TM collar going off. I have the remote release code here. 74ANO. Is that an O or is it a 0? I'll try 0. No, it's not 0. Oh, I'm terrible with these things. 74A. He's sticking his tongue out now. Well, that's rude. Where was I? 74ANO. Oh, it was an O. Oh, I should have done that the first time. Brenda sent a message. Have found life forms. Stop. Millions of them. Stop. They are very small. Stop. Chick says they are microbial. Stop. Oh well, if they're only microbial, they can't really chase us out of the system, can they? I mean, if they think they're getting rent out of us, they can go and take a flying
Our mics are live.
Seamless. Good evening, everyone. For those listening on their holidays in Spain, apparently I'm supposed to introduce myself as Sin Salchicha, but I'm actually Wilma Fingerdew. And before I was rudely interrupted, I was about to say...
I'm Mia Harkness, also known as La Persona Arrepentida. And I am interrupting before I have to make another apology.
I'm Norma Snockers. Just for him, the one who isn't here, I'm La Sartén Peligrosa. And I'm hoping the first contact team bring back a sample of the alien life form so I can spread it on a rich cracker. We don't have cheese now. We also don't have El Masturbado.
I'm glad I don't understand that word, or I'd have to interrupt again.
I'm Sandy Crevice, and for those who really want a disturbed mental image, I'm El Hombre con Arena entre las nalgas. And I've been growing microbial life forms in my underwear. Look at these.
Oh, God!
No.
Oh, jeez! Oh, put it away.
Someone get the mop and bucket and the bleach and some paraffin and some matches. Oh, God. The headlines are... Oh, God. Well, this is going well, isn't it? Seamless. Dun, 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 dun. And I'm just going to let it run. Let's have a bong.
Galtwit takes the pee.
Human Thargoid match enters the 4th innings.
Far too hot, too messy breaks all records.
Oh no, a Federation denies aliens exist.
Atrus definitely does exist, and we're hoping he's feeling better after last week. Oh God, I'm doing the voice.
And Hutton Space, nearly as active as Banter on a hot day.
Zach Rackham, eccentric technology billionaire, presidential candidate, Onion Head user, and of course, president of the Galnet Corporation, the galaxy's largest, shortest, most overvalued communications platform, has come up with a cunning plan for the social media medium that's big on small messages and small on big ideas. Having taken over Galnet last year with promise that he'd crack down on that sort of thing and stop cracking down on all that stuff, by firing all the staff and replacing them with pseudo-AI chatbots and moderators, a bit like EDC Galbook pages, its stock value has plummeted and users have been leaving in droves for alternative platforms like Smilodon and Frayed. A core community of keyboard warriors and social commentators have stayed put on his platform, though advertisers have been leaving in droves and spending their money instead on the advertising hoardings outside stations and on orbital concourses. His solution, a rebranding exercise, not since Federation changed its name from the Tyranny and the Empire from Hooters, as the renaming of a galactically recognised entity caused such an uproar. His design consultant for the rebranding, none other than Hutton's own Alvin DeFeer, spaniel overlord of all things trucking and of course regular thorn in Hudson's paw. The rebranding isn't so much about turning Galtwit's fortunes around as cocking a snook at the Federation using the fluffy belly of one of their nearest neighbours as a wind-up. The new name for Galtwit? Well, after extensive study of Alvin's walkies and how he keeps his nose on the comings and goings of Hutton, he's renamed the company P. Posters on Galtwit are now asked not to twat anymore, they're peeing. You can ask their friends, have you seen my latest pee? I tagged you with my pee earlier. And of course, browsing what used to be Galtwit is now referred to as sniffing. If you've not sniffed the top 1% of pee in the galaxy, can you call yourself a genuine social media guru? Not according to Alvin. Of course, there are rumours that Rackham's taking the pee to extreme levels, but to spaniels with a sensitive nose wanting to keep up to date with all their friends, there's no better way to find the nearest lamppost and give it a jolly good sniff.
Is drawn at one win each, with the first being taken by Tharg after winning an innings and 8 maelstroms. The second match was taken by Humanity after Alex Zuno managed a score of 6,666,666 declared off 40 overs, and Tharg's opening order crumbled due to the use of the new anti-Xeno wickets deployed by our hack-swing bowling team, and some rather ropey decisions from the Pilots Federation regarding no balls. The third match, despite Humanity putting up an impressive showing in the first innings and taking firm control of the first 2 months, was in danger of being lost as Tharg roped in some googlies from young bowler Glaive. Seems McGinty. Night watchman for the Hutton Orbital, he's originally from North Britain, but emigrated to the land of the Merkin people on a sports scholarship, put in a good showing for Humanity in response. In the final innings, middle order batsman Basilisk paired with Medusa caused controversy after convincing an umpire that aerial boundaries were worth 8 instead of 6. Rain stopped play on the last day and the match was declared a draw. The fourth match was a bit of a disappointment in the scoring department, with both sides being bowled out for less than a cutter, but Tharg took the honours after a last-minute stand by Titan, despite a number of tentacle before wicket calls of "Ow's at" by Humanity's bowlers. Heading into the final match of the Smashers, Tharg leads Humanity by 2 games to 1, and only a strong showing by Humanity can prevent the bubble, the Smashers, and of course their pride, being taken back to the Col 70 sector by Tharg the Mighty. With the previous series being won by Humanity as a result of cunning deployment of mycoid tactics, a draw during the current conflict will mean that the humans retain the trophy, and Tharg has to go home to face the gutter press in his, or her, or their home system, with his, or her, or their head hung in shame. Mainly as Thargoids have more limbs than humans, better eyes, faster reactions, and of course live an outdoors lifestyle long eschewed by the couch potatoes that inhabit the bubble. They just won't shut up about that time they whitewashed the Guardians on an away tour.
With Too Hot, Too Messy sweltering in the heat from the stars of a trinary system, most of the computers having caught fire or melted and many stations having been evacuated to an outbreak of green goo, which could be either blue-green algae caused by the excessive sunshine or a Thargoid attack. The campaign rumbles along as much the same pace as it done in the previous 50 weeks. Entering week 51, El Mastubad, or is still in first place with most of the mugs and gin, followed up by Waller 81. Actually, Waller 81 is catching him up at speed. Could we see a new leader in the next few weeks? That would be exciting. Anyway, Nem's hanging out on in there. as are the other 11 commanders with over 1,000 deliveries. Hutton's approaching the marker of nearly 10 times as many deliveries as any other faction, which is only right and proper. In fact, Hutton have delivered more mugs than all of the other factions put together, which makes the total a smidge under 86,000 stations, orbitals and surface ports who have been declared mods-free since this silliness began. In the process, since we started, we have discovered over 75,000 markets that haven't ever had a member of the Pilots Federation visit them. Okay, we knew about them, but no one had popped in for a glass of CMG and a chinwag. So, how do you get your name on the table and get in with a chance of winning a real-life, genuine, mods-preventing Hutton mug? Well, you install the hamster-powered Hutton Helper and get to delivering mugs and gins to places that you've never seen before, all tracked by the Hutton Helper. And information on how we're doing this is available at hot.forthemug.com. You need to deliver mugs and gin to 10 stations that have never had them before in any given week to be able to have a chance of staying hay fever free. That's a mods-induced allergy. The amount of mugs and gin available in any given visit to Hutton varies depending on what mess the system's in that week, or you can ask Flossy and she'll bring you one no matter where you are in the galaxy before turning it into a news article and gently ribbing you for something or other. In the meantime, it looks like we've still got 4 years to go before we're done, so if you've not done deliveries recently, go do some. Bring friends. A couple of thousand more each week and we might actually be done in time to beat the eventual heat death of the Milky Way.
In an effort to curry favour with the moon landings were fake, planets are just discs hanging in space, and Starship controllers gave me rabies brigade, which appear to make up much of the population of orbital stations around Federation space, something to do with what materials that they make the windows out of and how hard the people have been licking them to get their daily moisture intake from the condensation. President Hudson opened a public commission on reports of unidentified flying objects, unknown artifacts, and stuff that, despite having high-grade external cameras and recording equipment like the birds do, always ends up blurry and indistinct. Mostly by military types who've been under a lot of stress or given weird drugs to help them farm combat zones without the need for sleep. The commission, held entirely in public, started with analysis of the very first reports of visitors from alien planets, carved into the inner walls of various ancient civilizations on Earth. That was cats. Then there were the reports from the Merkin people not long after humanity discovered flight, once we'd stopped various world wars, about crashed ships, alien biology recovered from the crash sites, and of course flying saucers. It was decided that any intelligent species in the galaxy would have not travelled all this way only to crash. Okay, so we do it all the time, usually whilst investigating a high-G world, or rebooting our ship and finding ourselves in freefall over a mountain range whilst trying to deliver books to Andran. But the consensus was that aliens would definitely not crash. Then there were the reports. Then there were the series of small walls and carvings that have been hitherto credited to the mysterious Guardians. After extensive studies of writings by LCU No-Fru Like One, presidential candidate and canon representative, it was concluded that they were probably a prank and put there after sleepwalking following ingestion of too much canon avian cheese. When the inquiry was asked how much too much was, their answer was that, as far as they're concerned, any. And finally, and more recently, rumours that aliens had actually invaded were dismissed by the Minister for Tourism that they weren't invading. They were actually here on holiday and had dutifully put their beach towels on the sun lounges before migrating to the local bar and attempting to order dos cervezas by holding up 2 fingers at the barman. When asked why the Federation was pouring money into anti-Xeno activities and whether that made them horribly racist, Hudson's representative stated that the Ministry of Tourism had hired some security personnel from the military, but there was definitely not an invasion going on, and most of the work was related to working out how to make Thargoids pay tax. The GRS, Galactic Revenue Service Enforcement Division, is considering confiscating a few Titans as an example to the other maelstroms, and is point-blank refusing to allow deductions for trips to see the barnacles and escape pod salvage operations as viable expenses. When shown a video of a Thargoid scavenger invasion of a settlement, the Minister for Repossession stated that it was just a rather exuberant bunch of Thargoids out on the lash on their summer break, and there was nothing to worry about. Of course, with only the Empire and Alliance taking the Thargoid threat seriously, and therefore their attention elsewhere, the Federation's propaganda machine can carry on unhindered. But for the meantime, the general federal population believes that there's an enormous conspiracy theory, and Hudson's denials are concrete proof that next week there will be an update to shipboard systems and most probably more news on the Thargoids. You just can't read about it in federal systems.
Good evening to Echo! Itis 5060 reporting in with the latest updates on the Thargoid War, which isn't a hoax. No matter what windows you've been tasting in the Federation, I've seen things you people would not believe! Like tins on fire off the Aria maelstrom, shard cannons glittering in the dark near Cocky Joe. Or is it Cocky Joe? But because of us and our allies, all these moments will be over soon, like tears after a disappointing birthday present. To no surprise, humanity has had another good week, pushing their Thargoids back on all fronts, with now 4 maelstroms having less than 100 systems under Thargoid control. The AX community continues its amazing work of pushing back the Thargoids, with 4 out of 8 maelstroms having had the number of system controlled by Thargoids reduced below 100. Ouya currently has 29 systems remaining under Thargoid control, while Tyrannus has 58. Hadad has 65, and Thor has 91 systems remaining under Thargoid control. Each week, these numbers continue to get smaller. I can only read them now. And it will not be long before humanity reclaims more systems for the other maelstroms to bring the Thargoid control systems to but a handful. It goes without saying that truckers that have, I won't bother saying, oh no I will, that our very own Hackswing has done his part in helping in this achievement, alongside the monumental exports of the Mode Alliance, or is it MODE? This past week, congratulations are in order for Hackswing for helping the MODE, or is it Mode Alliance, clear all the Thargoid alerts near the Indra Maelstrom. And speaking of the MODE, or is it Mode Alliance, it's time for this week's member profile. No, it's not what you're thinking. This week we get to know our truckers from another mother, Operation IDA, or is it IDA? On December 14th, 3303 humanity experienced the first wave of Thargoid attacks on its orbital stations. Operation IDA, or IDA, was formed exactly 1 month later in January 3304 to strategically focus repair efforts on these stations in the Pleiades Nebula. Their in-game faction entered the system Pleiades 8 Sector HRWD1-41 on August 8, 3304. Less than 1 month later, on September 6, 3304, Operation IDA, or is it IDA, gained control of the entire system. With the refinery stations in system Mathus Terminal finally under control, OPIDA, or is it OPIDA, was no longer fully dependent on the prosperity of other minor factions to maintain a local source of metals to assist with the repair due to OPGS mechanics. Over the following weeks, OPIDA, as a faction, secured all 3 of the refineries that existed within 240 light years of the Pleiades Nebula. In a time period where FSD boosters and fleet carriers did not exist, and with limited source of repair supplies in the nebula, the group ensured long-distance treks to source different amounts of supplies from the bubble. 1 year and 3 months after the Pleiades was first attacked, Operation IDA, or is it IDA, completed the repair of all stations in the Pleiades, some of which had been damaged multiple times, as well as had their repair amounts changed 3 different times during that time. The repair amounts per station throughout the year ranged anywhere from 8 million to 23 million tonnes from the beginning, and eventually settled down to around 250k to 1.5 million tonnes. Over the next 3 years, Operation IDA, or is it IDA, would go on to repair every station in the bubble, as well as re-attack stations in the Pleiades, Witchhead and Coalsack Nebula, totaling 219 out of the 276 repairable stations. How much of this is there? Jeez! When this new Thargoid War kicked into gear around the closing of 3308, it demonstrated to the community that this fight would not be short, and most definitely would not be easy. A network of communications started to develop partly from necessity and partly from desperation as players looked for the most good they could do in a losing battle. On one side, it was quite refreshing for OPIDA, or is it OPIDA, or is it Operation IDA, or is it Operation IDA, had to be given a new challenge with unknown variables. But on the other side, it was devastating to morale to find that station repairs had become automatic with the new war mechanic. In turn, the group faced this adversity headfirst by adapting as well as being diverse, taking part in AX combat flying, along with pilots from AXI, or is it AXI, and Marauders Vanguard, as well as moving passengers and offering a friendly salute to post-disaster evacuation service pilots as we fly by in the mail slot. What a wonderful group of pilots, and Hexwing is proud to fly alongside them. Let's continue to support our fellow MODE, or is it MODE, Alliance members in their efforts. Oh God. The orders this week, Hexwing, will be to clear the Thargoid alerts in the following systems. HIP 20485, 20948, HR 1403, HIP again 19757, and 65 Capatori. See you on the front line, commanders! For the man!
Okay, it's easy. What you do is go to hot.forthemug.com and look on the left hand side. There's a button there that says System Health. Click it. If it has an exclamation mark next to it, then stay away from that system. Way too high. We don't want it to expand into the nearest maelstrom. That would be bad. Conversely, if you see a stylized dog bone next to a system name, Alvin wants you to bring treats there and make it all better. You'll also see low numbers next to the system name. Then of course, odd things happen sometimes. If you click on Active States, it will tell you about the 4 horse people of the BG Apocalypse, and if any of them have popped in for a glass of something in one of our systems. Like the election in 36 of Uchi, some nut has decided that we shouldn't be in charge. So go kiss some babies. Or claim that they're expanding the ULEZ zone into this system, and that's why Hutton should stay in charge. We don't want one of those by-election nights where we have to sulk and they get to say how they'll make a Fuchi great again. That's Mogga. As Mogs are cats, and with the exception of Mooncake, we're dog people. Mooncake's an honorary dog anyway. Mainly, she's not a cat, she's a tiger. Totally different. Anyway, if you want something to do, find the bony ones and do stuff to help. Ignore the exclamation-y ones, and for goodness sake, don't get caught with skeletons in your closet and end up losing us the election in 36 off Fuchi. Over in Colonia, it looks like we've got an election in Tyr, but we're not sure whether we wanted to win or lose on that one. So if you see a hanky clone online when you're in your ship, ping him a message and he'll let you know.
Well, that was a very rocky start.
Seamless.
Not so seamless. So, oh my god, so many seams, so many seams. We're gonna have to name this one the one without a beginning because Amelia forgot to press record.
The ones with the seams in it.
Yeah, the one with all the seams. Don't we have that one already? Isn't there one already named that?
I think there's probably several that should be named that.
Well, at least it's traditional then.
Yeah, I mean
that's what I'm saying. This is your big test, is
Well,
Tech Monkey.
that's
If
the
you
thing.
live,
This is the fourth time I'm doing this, and everyone said the second time would be the time that everything goes wrong. It's not. It's the fourth.
that's why it went wrong in the fourth and not the second. This is your
Yeah.
second time.
That's because we can't count.
The fourth is not with me. Anyway, did anyone see the live stream?
What live stream?
Right.
No, was it good?
I don't know. I never watched it.
I think it was
Did it
so good. It was
exist?
last week.
Right. Is it
We
once a
talked
month
about
now?
it last week as well. It's once a live stream.
Ah, right. Because I
No
mean,
more and no less.
I
They have
can't-
exactly one live stream for every live stream that they have.
I mean, not that I ever watched it, but I can't follow it when they do stream. So I'm always
They
asking.
have published a calendar. Flossy may know better than me when the next one is, but yeah, they're once every month or two.
Yeah,
Is their calendar as good as the Ladies of Lakon calendar?
See, I rely entirely on chicks when it comes to.
I've seen the
Well, that's
Ladies
your
of
first
Lakon
mistake,
calendar.
right? Oh, yeah.
Mia, I've
You
seen
like-
the Ladies of Lakon calendar, and it's
Yeah.
Eddie Lee Wise on all 12 pages.
If you like burly women in boiler suits, the Ladies of Lakon calendar's something for you.
So, okay, well, we have a menu, don't we? We now have a
do.
menu.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. Is it good?
The DaveCon menu.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen
It's
it either.
not called DaveCon. It's called not
Oh, I see it now.
DaveCon.
There's that
Not
link.
DaveCon. So,
Yeah,
does
not
anyone have?
DaveCon.
Does anyone have the not DaveCon menu to hand? So we can.
There's a link just below. There's a link.
We have a selection of sandwiches. We have sausage rolls. We have spicy tater wedgies or
Ooh,
chips. We have
fancy.
fresh fruit because it's summer and it's healthy. And that's lunch. So
Nice.
it's a light bite to be able to pick up a plate full of and cram down your throat while you're walking around and
Ooh.
getting grease on everything.
I'm looking at dinner. Oh,
What's dinner?
handmade
Now,
burgers.
dinner is optional, so not everybody's getting this.
Why
Some of
wouldn't
the
you-
scum will just have to.
No,
some of
but
the scum
I
will
am.
just have to
Why-
stand outside and lick the windows in despair.
I don't know if I mean, I got the biggest ticket, I think. So
Then you've got dinner. Yeah.
yes.
So handmade burgers,
Whose
lamb
hands?
cutlets, lamb cutlets with rosemary.
What?
I've met Rosemary. She's lovely.
Whose hands is hand making the burgers?
Hans Gruber.
Hans Gruber. I thought he
Hans Gruber.
died. Didn't he die?
No,
He fell off
his
that big
hand-
building.
his- No, but his hands survived and they were grafted onto a real chef.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it's Hans handmade burger.
Barbecue chicken breasts. More about that later.
What kind of barbecue?
What kind of breast?
Chicken.
Yeah, but I mean, like, is it Louisiana barbecue, Mississippi barbecue, Texan barbecue?
Wokingham
We're,
barbecue.
we're just outside Reading. It's barbecue.
Oh, chef will be
British
barbecuing
barbecue.
these in the secret garden. I don't know if that's a euphemism. If weather is good, will be served there. If it's raining, service will be in the St Anne's foyer.
A
So
foyer?
it's barbecued barbecue.
Yeah.
Isn't like a foyer a tiny little room where you leave your shoes?
No, it's that thin aluminium stuff that you wrap around hats.
Oh.
Well, you make hats out of it, don't you?
Yeah.
She used to be a singer as well.
Foyer?
Alison Foyer.
Huh.
Oh, I thought you meant tinfoil hat.
No, he was a comedian.
Tinfoil Turner.
Well,
Yeah.
apparently the hotel is full now for DaveCon. Sorry, not DaveCon.
We haven't finished the menu yet.
We haven't finished the menu.
We haven't finished the menu. We got more in the menu.
Yeah. I can see why you
we
skipped
have
this
salad
next part
options.
is the salad options.
Salad options.
We have mixed leaf salad with house dressing, tuna salad and coleslaw, so we
Okay,
can skip straight past. Oh, the coleslaw will be
Stop
all right.
talking. Stop talking.
Yeah,
No.
we're gonna start talking
Then we
again.
come back
Oh my god.
to jacket potatoes, optionally with cheese or sour cream and chive dressings.
And you put a slab of
We
meat
have-
in that.
Corn on the cob for the V's.
I like corn on the cob. It's a good garnish to a steak.
Yeah, you don't have to be a V. You can have it if you're a meat eater as well.
A selection of breads,
Yep.
What
Whatever
kind of
you grab
breads?
before the plate empties. Yep.
selected ones.
Selected breads. Who selected them?
A selection of breads. We don't know. Somebody selected them at some point, and then you get to select from the selection.
Yeah, it's, Alvin selected them. They're the ones that he didn't steal off the table and eat.
Ah, right.
Right. And sausage dips and relishes.
Sausage dip.
Sauces.
I wish it was sausage
and
dip.
relishes.
That's
Ooh,
another
sausage.
euphemism.
Well, we've got sausage rolls on the top in lunch.
You get the sausage dip, you have to go to the doctor, change your underwear, see the doctor in the morning.
So, sorry, you said sausage dip, and my mind was not on.
No, I don't think Mears was either.
Yeah,
I was not thinking condiments.
I had the sausage dip once.
And then there's Eton mess.
Yes, one big Hutton mess.
Who's eating, and why is he a mess?
He's eating it because it's delicious.
Yeah.
And it's a mess because he's using too big a spoon.
Cream, strawberries, and meringue.
Meringue.
That's a dance, isn't it, the merengue?
Yeah.
Is that stuff made of egg and it's like hard and like it's chalk?
If your eggs have gone hard, you fried them for too long.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Meringue.
And more fresh fruit, because I know some of you want to be healthy. No, we don't.
Nah, not going to happen.
Vegan vegetarian special order dessert will be made available as per request when booking. So if you ain't booked it, you ain't getting it.
So basically, the vegan and vegetarians who said that they were such when they booked their tickets will be served on a specific plate made for
Yeah,
them
they'll have
basis.
their own option, because you can't give them meringue.
So whilst some of the bits out in the main dishes are veggie friendly, there's no attempt to cater the buffet for vegetarian and vegan people. So basically, it's everybody took into everything that's on the
Corn on the
tables.
cob has been specially noted for your delight and delectation, though. It's the only thing in the I can see on the menu that has an actual V next to it.
I
would-
corn on the cob. Corn on the
I
cob.
think it's the
I
only
would
thing on the menu
imagine that the
even
selection
might
of
be.
breads is probably okay for vegetarians.
Not necessarily.
For vegetarians, though.
Not
for
if they're made
vegans.
with beef dripping.
It's about as
Oh,
green.
no.
It's about as green as I'll go. Corn on the cob.
So it's
I
a
like
yellow
corn on the
shade
cob,
of green.
but
You could have a
Right,
jacket potato with none of the things.
You could, yeah.
Yeah, just the chives. The coleslaw might be okay. It'll be okay for vegetarians.
Probably.
Yeah, and if you've ever been on half of the training courses I've been on, probably a tuna salad would be put aside for you as well, even though it's got meat in it.
Yeah, I've been to places where that was considered veggie as well.
Yeah. There's also a mixed leaf salad with house dressing. Depends on what's in the dressing, but that could be good for you. And you'll have your own. Obviously, if you've said at a time of booking that you're vegetarian, vegan, they'll have sorted something out for you.
Or special dietary requirements in general.
Yeah.
Just to follow on what Little Grey said, that he says, I'm sure corn on the cob could be made non-vegan. Yes, get your steak, squeeze the juice over the corn on the cob, and then sprinkle it with Cajun spice. The corn on the cob will be fantastic.
Simply wrap it in bacon.
You can wrap it in bacon, but it's not as nice.
That is if you barbecue it in the secret garden.
Are they actually going to have a barbecue going?
Yeah,
I'm not
looks
eating
like.
anything that's been barbecued in your secret garden.
Do you think they'll need help with the cooking?
I wish that. Oh, I don't know. They might. I tell you what, you might not want to
Probably
eat
not.
anything. You might not want to eat anything from my secret garden, but at least I can sustain a flame.
Because barbecue is my thing.
La 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 la. I'm not listening.
Anyway, the hotel is full. So,
Yes, if you ain't booked, you're not staying at that hotel.
yeah.
And I'm pretty sure we're out of tickets as well. So we're
we
just
out of
showing
tickets
off
as
now
well?
at this stage.
Oh, wow.
David put some more on last week from the emergency reserve supply. There might be a couple of them left, but if so, it's less than 5.
Wow. So we've got a full house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to all the food. I'm sure Mooncake's going to look forward to it as well. Oh yeah, Mooncake's coming.
Oh yeah, do we have an update on Mooncake?
Going.
Yes. I contacted the hotel and they are pet friendly. So if you have a dog or a cat that has a harness, a bit like Mooncake, because she's not your average cat. She's a bit bigger than the average. But I mean, not at the moment. She's only a kitten, but she will get bigger than the average. But if you can harness your cat and if you have a dog, they are pet friendly. You just have to let them know in advance. And they're really nice. They're really nice.
It's important. Talk to them before you turn up if you're going to do that.
So
they have different rooms for them, and they'll need to shuffle people around.
So I'm bringing Mooncake.
Nice.
And she's going to have her little pink harness because, hopefully she'll be harness trained. And I hope that
Trained or not, she will be harnessed.
Yeah, I just hope that she's all right. She doesn't kill anyone. So
Yeah, she'll be okay.
Fingers crossed.
She'll get to meet humans and other animals and.
So I've just realised we actually have the website here, the Elite Community Meet website, or DaveCon. Not DaveCon.
Not DaveCon.
Yeah.
Definitely not DaveCon.
Definitely not DaveCon. So yeah. Oh yeah, they've got it all here. Like selection of sandwiches, sausage rolls, spicy tater wedges.
Yeah, that's the stuff we were reading out
burgers.
to you 5 minutes ago.
I didn't realise. I could have.
Hans Gruber's hands grafted on Ariel Chef.
Now, when you said dessert, it says one big eaten mess. Does that mean we just go in there with a bowl or something or a spoon?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't bother with the bowl.
Just a spoon.
Just one big. Well, everyone gets a spoon and we have to fight.
You don't with your hands, you can eat faster.
Is there
You can get more.
Is there enough veg for me or anything?
There's plenty of veg, Darren.
Oh, there's loads.
Carbs and stuff.
Yeah, there's plenty of veg.
Okay.
They have vegan
there's
options.
Coleslaw, there's
Yeah.
jacket potato.
Yeah, selection of breads.
Selection of breads, not just bread, selection of breads.
Yeah.
All the good things are in there. Fresh fruit, lots of fresh fruit. There's 2 loads of fresh fruit.
Mm-hmm. I'll let her take a look at the list later.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
new launcher.
Oh yeah, new launcher.
I'm hearing it's awesome on Stream Deck or Steam Deck. I haven't seen Steam Deck in action, so I don't know. Flossy's got one though, haven't you, Flossy?
I have, yes.
And is it awesome?
It is.
Nice.
I'm not very fluent on it yet, but
But you
I do
can
enjoy
log
using it.
in.
yeah.
Yeah. Echo.
What's it?
Yeah, there's a bit of an echo creeping in there.
I think it's gone now. Yes. As you fixed
I
it.
myself there. How?
Yeah. That'll frighten you.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got that. Speaking of launchers, the patch launcher. It says click here for more, but it's not a link, it's just a thing that says click here for more.
How long have you been clicking on it before you realised it wasn't a link?
Oh, just an hour and a half or so. Apparently Sal's looking into it. I mean, I put it in, was it last night I put it in? I think I logged on, updated the new thing last night, and it worked fine for me. I didn't have any issues with it at all. And that's on PC.
Right.
So that seemed to be fine. But yeah, we should probably keep a wee eye on it. Sal is keeping an eye on it. She's looking into it.
Yeah.
Is that different from staring at it?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're seeing beyond the surface. Metafit. Yeah. So there you go.
Do we have any space news?
Space news.
Dun, 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 Space news.
Yeah, we do actually. That's the answer to that one.
Great. What do we have?
I'll let Jim lead with this because he knows all about these things.
No, I'm reading this for the first time, actually.
Oh, good, right.
So what's happened to Saturn?
I don't know.
Ring planets
Apparently,
is definitely
feel
gaseous.
like a failure. Well, you're in good company. So does Saturn. We don't know why.
Saturn may have failed as a gas giant.
Oh man, how is it failed?
Oh, that's just charming. That is.
It's
Well,
not
they've
failed.
decided that only Jupiter is a real gas giant, and everybody else has failed, and they're just gas bigs.
This is Pluto all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
Pluto's
not
not a planet, and Saturn is.
Oh, don't go there. Yeah, but it's a giant thing made out of gas. It is in fact a gas giant.
It's kind of in
small.
the name,
Is it
isn't it?
giant or is it only big?
It's not a gas handful. It's not even a gas bag full.
So wait a minute, what do we call it if we don't call it a gas giant? What
a
do
gas
they?
very big.
Saturn.
They
A
do,
dwarf gas
but
giant.
surely it
That's
has to
very
have like we have rocky planetoid, we have we have a label for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, planetesimals, planet, terrestrial planet, super Earth,
I
sub
think
Neptunes.
So what is
Not
it
sure where
being
Uranus
designated
comes
as?
into this, but
A gas dwarf giant.
A gas dwarf giant.
Yeah, let's call it a gas dwarf giant.
that's not. That is just a ridiculous thing.
I was going to say, isn't that a contradiction?
Yeah.
Dwarf giant.
No, I made that up. That's why.
They seem to be saying that there is a critical mass, for want of a better term,
Okay.
that above that size they keep gathering in gases, and below that size the solar wind takes over and pushes the gases away before they get any bigger. So they either get to a certain point or they fall far short of it.
Right.
And Saturn's on the underside of that limit compared to Jupiter. But yeah, fascinating.
So
I'm
still
sure.
pulling gases in, very possibly from Saturn.
Well, it can't be from Uranus, surely.
Oh no, there's plenty of gas comes out of there though.
Oh yeah, it's there's been methane found leaving
Yeah,
Uranus.
it's mainly green. Yeah, let's be honest.
That'll be the sweet corn.
Yeah, the sweet corn's not green. Not unless you've been eating the leaves and
It is
one
when it
of them.
comes back out.
That is what it is.
It's almost green.
Well, it's sort of yellow.
Must have left the leaves on then.
Which is almost
must-
green.
Yeah. It's half a green, isn't it? Anyway,
Greenish.
there's pretty pictures from the James Webb. Baby stars, Trojan planets, streaky skies, and a lot of hot gas. Oh, that'll be where the gas is coming from.
Baby star.
Baby star. Baby star. Okay. So it turns out James Webb Telescope has taken pictures.
Happy science birthday to it. Yeah, it's been taking pictures for a year now.
Yeah. See your image of the day. Image of the day. It's changed now. This link has changed. It's now an image of two Barbie dolls in spacesuits floating at the cupola in the International Space Station. Right.
There's a very pretty
there's
image.
the James Webb. Yeah, if you scroll down past the Barbies.
Yeah, past the Barbies.
If you can bring yourself to scroll past the Barbies.
I've often noticed that anything that comes out of the James Webb telescope is very shiny.
Yeah.
Do you know?
It always has 8 points, but that's because of the way the mirrors are set up.
Yeah.
All the stars
It was
are.
you that told me that the last time.
That's because it's quite new and the lens is still well polished.
Yeah. There's a big thing, a big swirly thing in the middle with a big, gigantinormous red star in the middle by the looks of it.
Looks very pretty.
Yeah.
The
It does
Hair
look
Big
very pretty.
Harrow
Gigantinormous red
4647.
Oh, is that what it is? Of course it is. I didn't recognise it for this side. I haven't got a clue.
You shouldn't call her Haro big. I mean, it's just not fair.
Yeah, well, you know.
Oh, there's another one. Oh no, that's something else. That's another article entirely.
Is that more Barbie dolls?
No, that's a new planetary system forms out of a flaming cosmic phoenix.
Well, we've all been there.
I'm surprised this wasn't in the space news.
Yeah. Why was that not space news? If anything needed to be in space news, it was that.
Only 5,000 light years away.
It's all. God, you can make that. You can do that in a couple of hours.
Yeah.
You got to do further than that to unlock some engineers.
I know, right? Oh, there you go.
Flippity Farseer. You can go further than that with Flippity Farseer.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Oh, that's... Anywho, yes.
Anywho, that wasn't on the list.
But yeah, the big news is basically that James Webb's science has just turned a year old. So the way the James Webb observation system works is that when they do requested observations for a scientist or for a team, they get exclusive rights to the data for 12 months.
Right.
So they get a chance to interpret for what they were looking for, write their paper, do the double checking, make sure the science is good, and publish, which is what's important to scientists. After 12 months, everything becomes released, though. So there's suddenly a glut of raw, unedited, unprocessed, uninterpreted data available from a year ago. And lots of minor science groups and other universities and additional places and just people in their own backyard are grabbing it up and going, ooh, pretty pictures. As you do.
Flossy, do we have a mug winner this week?
Yes, we do.
Okay, shall I give you a drum roll?
Please, yeah. This
All right.
week's mug winner is Azzy Elgor. Congratulations, Azzy. Please send an email to itookpart@huttonorbital.com with details of your name, address,
Phone number.
postal address, phone number, shoe size.
Yeah, shoe size.
Credit card number.
Yeah.
And
Whether you prefer a thong or
also,
pants.
a screenshot showing your name.
Oh God, that nearly went wrong. Oh. Yeah.
And the mug will be sent in due course.
And unlike the old gamer, it might be nice if you actually send your real name. That way we don't have to. He was under working under the name of Scratching McCrackers, and I thought if we put Commander Scratching McCrackers on that, he's going to have to stand out in the garden scratching his crackers, waiting for the postman. And we know how Scottish postmen can be, don't we, Amelia?
Oh, yes.
Scratching me knackers.
Oh, yes.
I think you'll
Number
find.
2.
Sketching me knackers, yes. So there you go.
So it's an effing Jeffin green room this week.
It really is an effing Jeffin green room this week.
It really is. So
Get yourselves in there.
Yep, you all need to get yourselves in there this week because we want you to help us mess this week up as much as we can. You know, even more so than what we've done already.
Yeah, we can only do so much.
Yes, help would be appreciated. And, you know, being the sound truckers that you all are.
It still hasn't flushed. Give me some paper towels.
Oh, gosh. So, do we have a word of the week?
We do have a word of the week. And the word of the week this week is flim-flam.
And what does that mean?
It means nonsensical or insincere talk.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
You bet your bottom dollar I can. No one was surprised to discover that Mia's apologies were just flim-flam.
It's almost like it's scripted.
It's almost, yes. Speaking of almost like it's scripted, what do you call your average aardvark?
Jeff.
Just so we're clear, no, it's not Jeff, and it's not the other Jeff with a G either.
Of course it's not Jeff. Jeff is far beyond average.
Yeah. What do you call your average aardvark? You call it a standard vark. Standard vark. Aardvark!
Aardvark!
Aardvark.
Oh, God. Let's just go to Flossy with the CG.
Yeah,
Even I'm disgusted at that.
Yes, I'm ready.
It's Flossy. It's Flossy. It's Flossy. It's Flossy. And the community goes.
Hello, Flossy here with this week's CG News. There were no CGs last week, and there are none this week either. Hopefully we'll have update 16 next Tuesday though. As I've not got anything to say about the community goals, worth me commenting on the community-created community goal. As was reported on last week, doing absolutely nothing to help the recovery of the recently saved Thargoid systems appears to be working, and they're recovering nicely. Commanders can contribute by delivering absolutely nothing to the Guana system. If the final date of the recovery has been reached before you've delivered nothing, then don't worry, the system will come online all on its own. Of course, a Thargoid reinversion might cause a problem, but as we've mugged the system already, we're not too worried as we just send a few anti-xenotypes like Vocarius in for a bit and start it all over again. Oh, and it's patch week. We'd like to remind everyone of some handy hints for patch day on the 1st. As Hutton truckers, we're experienced at long waits. The trip to Hutton, easy. Around the Milky Way in 80 waypoints, that's so 3305. Too hot, too messy? Well, that's ongoing. So, patch day is a breeze. The live servers will go offline, legacy servers are unaffected and will remain online. Everyone is grounded. Take the time to shut down your computer, remove all the dust from the inside, evict the spiders, tidy your cables. Nothing like kicking out the USB connector for your flight stick whilst being interdicted to ruin your day. Go outdoors. Listen to Escape Velocity by Chris Jarvis, http://leveradio.com/escapevelocity/ Catch up on the past episodes of Hutton Orbital News at media.forthemug.com. Number 2. Back up your bindings. Trust us on this. At local app data %, /frontier developments, / elite dangers, / options, / bindings. Take a copy. And number 3, step away from the F5 key. The update is likely taking a few hours. Number 4, when the servers come back up again, every pilot in the galaxy is going to attempt to mash the download button at once. It will go slowly, other than for a happy few. See item 1, more escape velocity. Number 5, the patch notes. Go and read them. Avoid the temptation to ask the question, but what about XXXX when XXXX isn't in the patch notes? If it isn't in them, it isn't coming, no matter how hard you wish upon a star. Someone will post, OMG, what about XXXX on the forums? Airlock worthy. https://www.elite-dangerous.com/news/elite-dangerous-update-15-release-notes. You did remember to back up your bindings, didn't you, is the next one. And number 6, once the download has happened, make yourself a nice cup of tea in your Hutton mug. Everyone else will also have just attempted to log in. The poor servers will be feeling a bit stressed. Some fool will put up a post saying, OMG, untested, so many bugs, crashed. They didn't read this notice. They're silly. Number 7. At some point, the adjudicator, he's a scary person, and his partner, the authenticator, she's mean, will settle down. Things will get back to normal. Number 6. Bindings. Sorry, that's number 8. Number 9. There isn't a 9. Maybe keep an eye on the patch info when Sally publishes them. She adds pink sparkly sprinkles to them normally to keep things fun. Number 10. Familiarise yourself with how Hutton approaches bugs. Camera deployed, notepaper handy, and the bug reporting system on speed dial. Someone would put up a forum post. OMG, untested, so many bugs crashed. And yes, they're still silly. Those bindings you backed up, by this point you'll either know you didn't need them or be seriously grateful you did. And that's it for this week's CCCG News and Patch Survival Guide. Now, back to the studio.
Flossy told you what to do.
And now, introducing Commander Witherspoon in his sombrero and Beetlejuice riding a small straw donkey. It's time for the latest from Galnet News Digest.
Galnet News Update, 27th of July, 3309. The megaship Dedicant, carrying 8,000 Fargod cult prisoners and 150 Federal Guards, will be discovered within the next few days, according to the Federal Intelligence Agency. Executive Agent Jalen Locke thanked both the Imperial Navy for initially identifying the comms beacons and those commanders who followed up and retrieved information from those beacons. A beacon in HIP 19912 contains the most complete version of the message and metadata that can be used only by the Federal Intelligence Agency to identify the current location of the ship. From the message, we know that the Fargod cult prisoners used secret tunnels within the megaship, which was originally built for the religion's use, to evade their guards and to activate the frameshift drive. The cult members and the 3 teams of guards all remain on board the megaship. The guards do not appear to know what the cultists are planning, but they have requested urgent assistance. In his briefing to the press, Agent Locke said that the FIA is confident that it can identify the exact location of the Dedicant in less than a week. It plans to launch a rescue mission to take the megaship back into Federal hands, by force if necessary, and to re-imprison the cult members. It's unclear whether the original plan to deport the prisoners to Alliance territories has been abandoned. The battle next week to take back the Dedicant is likely to be a spectacle worth seeing.
And thank you both. We're hoping for loads more next week after the patch, but for the time being, let's just find out who's won some paint packs, paint this week for their decals. And of course, try and play that fun guessing game of what the hell is the theme for the awards?
Welcome to the Hutton Helper Results. The Hutton Helper Results are sponsored by the Hutton Helper, the only third-party resource to come with a Lakon brand industrial strength brassiere to give support to the more Rubenesque trucker. This week we have the following events: the Jogger's Nipple Shield, the Silicone Heaven, Cup Winners' Cup, the Dead Meat Knows the Answer Challenge, the My Beam Lasers Are Up Here Deja Vu Trophy, the Storming a D-Cup Survival Challenge, and the Flotation Devices Extravaganza. So, get your nip shield stuck on. The Hutton Helper results are: Hobbs jumped 22,000 light years to come first in distance travelled. Turkey Mouse sold 49,000 tonnes of cargo. Quianis T Geek is top mission runner with 203 mission points this week. Attic 2 handed in 271 million credits worth of bounties. Dart Virtual handed in 135 million credits of combat bonds. Dart Virtual also destroyed 12 Thargoids. And Nazgul NZGL delivered 1,742 people to their various destinations. So, decals this week for Hobbs, Torquay Mouse, Kianis T Geek, Sec Unit Murderbot, I love that name, for systems visited, Exhaler for exploration data cached in, and Old Ed for Own Mind. Please email itookpart@huttonorbital.com and arrange to collect your Hutton decal kit, which this week consists of a measuring tape, a length of underwire, and a pair of chicken fillets. There have been 13 Hutton runs in the last 7 days, and they are: Claude Badger, 2 runs, the best of those was 1 hour, 23 minutes, 52 seconds. Tal Z did it in exactly 1 minute, 24 seconds. Bandicoot did 2 runs, the fastest of those was 1 hour, 24 minutes and 5 seconds. Count Nugget did the run in 1 hour, 24 minutes and 6 seconds. Steve King had fastest of 3 runs in 1 hour, 24 minutes and 8 seconds. Noddy Clone got there in 1 hour, 24 minutes and 34 seconds. And then Enzo Wingnut Picado did it in 1 hour, 35 minutes and 44 seconds. Stereo Mod ND did 2 runs. Now the fastest of those was a fairly pedestrian 1 hour, 51 minutes and 29 seconds. The other was 3 hours, 1 minute and 13 seconds. There is a whole galaxy of stuff out there needing manipulated, desalinated, sugared, mitigated, exploded, launched, perused, motivated, evacuated, ejected, manhandled or woman-handled, deliquesced and then smeared, deflected, emphasised, bundled into the back of a hauler, lasered in the face, snuffled, flip-flopped, mistranslated to and from Scottish and Spanish, froth chilled, mugged, ginned, wrapped up with a pretty bow, shipped, short, rescued, stewed in their own juices, battered and deep fried, dead dropped, painted, rolled down the hill, destroyed, bought, phoned in, squeezed, inflated, packed, liquidated, evaporated, smelled, licked, discombobulated, recombobulated, mutinied or mutated, masturbated, headbutted, eviscerated, compressed, enveloped, strained, fermented, motherised with an S, interrobanged, upcycled, violently downcycled, disallowed, but then reallowed after consulting VR, loved, adored, meowed at repeatedly, cherished and probinated. And you can earn yourself a very fetching Hutton decal for doing it. To get involved, you just have to go to hot.forthemug.com and download or sign up for the spectacular Hutton Helper, available in 3 reputable formats. Let's face it, anything has to be better than tripping over your own bazooms. Anyway, that's it for this week. Back to Studio 5.
Thank you, Mia. Oh, that's a good name, isn't it? That's Sec Unit Murderbot. Wonder if he's named after the Sec Unit in the Murderbot Diary series of books. What do you reckon?
It sounds like it. Sorry, yeah. I was having a drink when you were asking me that, and it was like, you've just left him hanging.
Thanks, Mia.
I'll
expect your apology in the post.
Yeah. You can expect it in the post, but it won't arrive in the post. Well, unless I can apologise by way of an envelope full of cat poo, in which case it's definitely coming to you in the post.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I can help with that.
Hardly wait.
Yeah, I've already sent it. I don't need that's why I have neighbours. I mean, they do stare when I go at the back and start scooping it up, but don't care.
That's because it's not cat poo, Mia, and you shouldn't be in their bathroom.
Yeah. Well, it's certainly nutty.
I think it's time for Amelia to dip into some of the galactic smorgasbord once again. Let's just move on.
Let's just move on.
And sticking strange things in her mouth in the name of science, or fun, or maybe some weird form of self-abuse. Anyway, take it away, Mia. Amelia.
You are about to listen to Amelia Hawke. She tries all the galaxy's most dangerous rare items, so you don't have to.
And as promised, the week before the week that is now, unless you're listening to these out of order, it's the breakfast affair the morning after the night before. Yes, we've had the fancy dinner, we've sipped the coffee, and scooped up behind the kitten. Now it's time to test out a rare breakfast. Wheat meat wheat cakes are available from Izinga Enterprise in the wheat meat system. The packaging states that they're original recipe breakfast goods, and the picture shows 2 of them in a bowl covered in milk. They're white, looking for all the world like an off-white pair of albino witchetty grubs, and have a surface texture that would look out of place on a meteor-pocked moon. The marketing materials listing the history of the cake says that they were originally used as packaging material for expensive machinery. Though, as humanity often does, someone stuck one in their mouth and discovered that they were actually edible, and the little crunchy nuggets soon became the staple diet for the workers. It was only after an incident with a number of rather expensive machines that were damaged in the transit that their consumption was restricted. The price raised, and the allowable edible quantity of those produced lowered to levels that could be considered rare. So, they're rare, they're edible, but what do they taste like? I mean, they look like an unholy cross between dry rye vita, desiccated shredded wheat, and that packaging material that looks suspiciously like a What's-It, but is an orange. And even if you paint one orange, isn't cheesy, and does make your teeth go squeaky. Then you get some stuck between your teeth, wedged in the crevice and cracks in your teeth and somewhere up behind your gums that's impossible to remove without sticking your finger in your mouth in a most unpleasant fashion, or using toothpaste that's made out of plastic explosive, which I suppose is a form of extreme dentistry that will solve that crooked smile once and for all. or blast your false teeth across the room and embed them in the far wall, chattering away all to themselves. We've tried soaking these flakes in various fluids. They just sit there floating at the top of your bowl, refusing to absorb anything, like a Floridian gator at the Everglades, just sitting there and glaring at you, just paler and puffy looking, probably less tasty. It is said that only the most courageous pilot can eat 3 of these nuggets at one sitting, and if you're making your decisions based on flavour, we can see why. There is another reason. These things pack more fibre in per gram than just about anything else in the known universe. They're pure roughage. Edible doesn't mean digestible, and these are at the pinnacle of indigestible edible foods. An excess of wheat meat cakes turns your internal factory into a gas-making machine. In zero-G environments, well, it's said that you're able to propel your way across an entire space station interior fired by nothing but an excess of wheat meat gas. There are brass bands that would love to be able to make the kinds of noises eating one causes, and your insides will be doing their best impression of Victorian-era radiator plumbing. The Alliance have been feeding them to their livestock for years and harvesting their droppings for use as reloads for their cannons. Well, in summary, rare. Only to stop people eating them before they're used. Edible, well, they won't kill you. Well, at least not immediately. Tasty. I'd rather chew cardboard. Danger. Well, it goes without saying that have 3 of these and you'll look like a pufferfish that's been rudely surprised. Worth the price per ton? Only for amusing fart jokes. This is Amelia Hawke reporting for the Galnet Rares Digest. I don't know why I tried these again. I know it's been 3 years since the last time, but I'm off to attempt to clog Cubicle 3 or possibly just give myself a hernia trying. We try the galaxy's most dangerous foods, so you don't end up with stomach cramps. Well, that is that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what that smells mean, isn't it?
Yep. Sorry.
You're not sorry.
No, I'm not sorry.
You're not sorry at all.
Nope,
We
not at
both
all.
know it. Don't lie to me. Oh,
I mean,
dear.
You know, it's... You'd think, after 3 years they'd change the recipe or even just the coating.
Yeah, you think they'd do something with it?
Yeah.
You'd think they'd turn the microphones off mute as well, wouldn't you?
That would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. It's all been a bit lavatorial this week, isn't it?
It's been very lavatorial.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we can make up for this in the green room.
Can we?
Yay!
Make it worse.
Maybe we could steer
there's
it.
a difference?
Maybe we could steer it in a certain direction away from the lavatorial.
I don't think we could. I think someone, possibly an adult, might, but I don't think we could. Let's find out.
Let's find out. Who do we have available for the green room? We have...
Volcarius and Jackman. I think we just drag them both
Yeah,
into
just drag them down here.
I was hoping Andron would come, but it's no sign. He may come after 10 o'clock when he finishes the work.
Ah.
Greetings, people.
If we're still going.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah.
Right, I have just run the magic script. I am pasting it into...
Volcarius's magic thingy.
TeamSpeak. That's the one, yeah.
Yep, we've all touched Volcarius's magic thingy. Right.
All right, and speaking of that, it looks as though I'm up first, and I'm speaking to the man himself, Volcarius. How are you, sir?
Quite well. Good evening, Hutton Orbital.
Good evening.
Do you really have to... Is it really my magic thingy every single time?
Yeah, it's your magic thingy.
Yeah.
That's the official.
You love showing off your magic thingy.
Have you tried mistranslating it to and from Spanish?
We should try that.
We should. We're at the moment mistranslating it to and from Scottish.
Oh no! Yeah,
okay.
It's only 1.0. It doesn't have the update for Scottish. We don't. Yeah.
Yeah. It just keeps coming out as.
Well, I'm afraid the official term is Volcarius's magic thingy. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not sorry to say. That's a brilliant name.
No. You don't give a frame shift drive what it's called. I should have given it a name.
Too late now.
Yeah. Oh, we'll give it a name. Don't you worry about that.
How are you, sir?
Quite well. I'm quite looking forward to ECM. I don't really know what to expect from ECM. But I have a ticket. And I have a hotel room.
Hooray!
Yes.
And I'm taking that week away from work.
Nice.
Well, you've covered all the basics.
Very wise. Yep.
Well, I mean, I know for a fact that we'll be bringing board games. Me and Sandrine will be bringing board games with us. So that's one thing to do. And I know that apparently there's a hell of a lot of stuff that's going to be happening. So lots of fun to be had. And the grounds. Have you seen the images of the place that we're staying, the hotel?
I haven't even looked.
I've seen the ones on the website. I've seen there was a picture of like a presentation room and the garden outside and a room with like quite a long desk with lots of stuff on it.
It looks very pretty. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I'm still going to try and bring. I know Little Gray's not here in the green room, but it was in the chat. I'm still going to try and bring a Pico demonstration, just something small.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
That was kind of specific to Little Grey, though. So.
You can get up on stage and get your Pico out.
Wait a minute. There's going to be a stage. Are we doing a live Hutton?
Oh, I expect so.
May or may not be a stage. Little Grey will be able to tell us better, but he's not here.
We are.
Okay.
We are intending to do a live Hutton if it is technically feasible to do so.
Wow. Okay.
I think even if we can't
Little
put
Grey
it,
confirms.
even if we can't put it out, we should do it in the room.
Yeah. Little Grey is the poor sucker in charge of audio and acoustics for the entire series show. So.
Hats off to Little Grey. It's a big job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet Little Grey's judging my microphone right now.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be fun.
Judging it and saying, can you bring it along? We're a bit short.
And on the day, everyone will be judging your tiny Pico.
Pico, Pico.
Oh, little grey, that's a dangerous thing to say. He's just said it will be seamless.
It will be seamless. As
We
seamless
will
as
hold
this
you to
show.
that.
As seamless as this show.
That's a challenge accepted. You've got to respect a challenge accepted.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if anything, it sounds like it'll at least be fun with like everyone toping the bar dry and talking flim flam. As long as
absolutely.
As long as we don't go on.
I intend to overindulge. I haven't overindulged in a while.
I intend to flim flam.
Make sure you don't get wamble cropped from all that.
Oh,
wamble cropped.
Yeah, you don't want the wamble cropped. Or wamble cropped.
And what was the other word that's very similar to wamble cropped?
Oh,
I thought there was only that one.
I only remember wamble cropped.
There are some other similar words, but in fact, flim flam itself. What was the definition of flim flam again?
Insincere nonsense, insincere and nonsensical talk.
That sounds a lot like fabulosity.
No, fabulosity I think is different, isn't it?
Well, it sounds different.
Fabulosity is about making things up, whereas flim flam is just about not meaning what you say.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So flim flam, that's sort of like euphemisms or puns or such.
Flim flam is more like what you get in the House of Commons.
Yeah, I'm very sorry.
Oh, right.
Nonsensical and insincere.
Yeah. I'm actually
okay. No, I understand perfectly. That analogy was more descriptive.
Yeah. I'm very sorry for not explaining it to you properly.
And by the way,
that was flim flam.
Yeah, flim flam merchant traditionally would have been a snake oil merchant, somebody selling you the patent medical cures and that kind of thing. So they'll say anything to get their point across, even though it's not a valid point.
Right. So it's sort of like Vox Galactica. Got it.
Yeah,
that's the one. Yes.
Yeah. By the way, I noticed all the talk about the eating this. So you know, the only real way to make eaten mess is with pavlova and a dog. And you use the dog to turn the pavlova into the more deliquescent form we know as eaten mess.
So here's the thing. I know what eaten mess is. Yeah. I've seen it before, but I've never tried it.
Yes.
It's delicious.
I'm not a fan of meringue, which is probably why I've never tried it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try it for the first time, I think, at DaveCon. I mean, and not DaveCon.
Not DaveCon.
Yeah, you can hardly taste the meringue. All you get is the fruit and the cream with crunchy bits.
It's not so much the taste; it's the texture. It's like.
All right. Yeah. Well, it's got texture. Yeah.
It can. Yeah. The meringue. It can get, if you get like meringue out of a box and crush it up, it can be a bit kind of sticky, or like kind of too crunchy, I suppose. It's nothing like the strawberries and the cream, which is just strawberries and cream.
Yeah.
I like
if you want
strawberries
food
and
without
cream.
if you want food without texture, we'll send out and get your McDonald's. How's that?
McDonald's. Ugh.
Yeah. It hasn't got texture.
We're
or
getting
flavour.
handmade burgers.
We are getting handmade burgers.
This is what I'm excited about.
I can eat.
That's none of your McTargoids.
Made with the reclaimed hands of Hans Gruber.
Hands made.
Does the first step to shoot the glass?
Nakatomi burgers. Sorry, shoot the glass.
Oh.
No. It's a shot glass. It's an entirely different thing. It's a shot glass.
Yeah. Which you fire out of a shot glass gun.
I want to watch that movie again now. It's just
You
those
can't.
moments.
It's not Christmas.
You can't. It's a Christmas movie.
You can watch it whenever you like, even though it is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, watching it at Christmas is a requirement. It's not a restriction elsewhere. You can.
But wouldn't you be confused and think it's Christmas?
I don't. Well, maybe.
It's the same with Lethal Weapon. That's another Christmas movie.
Because Bruce Willis does look across at the image of Santa, kind of smile and nod and write "ho ho ho" on some dead guy's shirt. So.
Yes, now I have a machine gun. Ho ho ho.
But yeah, just hearing Alan Rickman speak German, just like that bit where he's like "kommt sofort." It's just yes, I like that. Also, just before the glass, when he says like "schießt Fenster" or something like that.
Yes.
So,
Jet in the fence, I think it translates as.
Love that movie.
So the so good to see that Wang Kwan's doing quite well. So we had just this week we had 6 systems recovered, and I checked during the show, and 3 of them need mugs. So those are Vokovi, HIP 37844, and Col 285 sector ZE-P C6-21.
Can you repeat those, please?
So that's Vokovi.
Vokovi. Can you spell that?
Yeah, that's VOCOVII.
Vokovi. Double I. Oh, I like it when they have double I's.
Yeah.
And can you use it in a sentence?
Vokovi has been unpenguinated just for you.
Oh!
Nice.
Yeah, so Vokovi, HIP 37844, and Col 285 sector ZE-P C6-21.
C6-21.
Yeah. So once those come out of recovery, which you can make them do that by delivering absolutely nothing, then Shay Blackwood can mug and gin them all before anyone else notices.
Hey!
Especially on holiday.
While I was looking those up, I also saw that Ildano needed mugs, and that's just coming out of recovery, so you can also fail to beat Shay Blackwood to those ports as well.
Nice.
Yeah, I think depending on how update 16 goes, if nothing catches fire, or at least not for too long, and if everything sort of works as it does now, we may choose to try for a deep recapture of a very specific system for a very specific reason.
Do you want to share those specifics?
Yeah. So there's a HIP 9016 it's quite close to Maelstrom Ligong. That's just under 10 light years.
Is that Maelstrom half lion and half tiger?
No, not Liger. Ligong.
So it's half lion and half dragon.
Could be.
If you spell dragon with a G on the end, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, a minute. Ligong.
Oh.
Ligong.
Yeah.
Ligong.
Right, so it's half lion and half dinner gong.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I guess, yeah. And that's one word, not the system lie space gong, which is an actual system. But, in any case, so thanks to some... Go on.
I was going to say it's a gong, but when you ring it, you don't get dinner.
Yeah, and when you ring it, you become dinner. You mean?
No. When you ring it, you don't. It's a lie gong.
Oh,
it's like the cake.
Oh no way!
The cake
gong
is a lie. Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry.
Don't say sorry when you're not
my
sorry.
warped imagination and sense of humor and mind. Thank you. Sorry, please continue.
I try my hardest to derail the show, but you've won up.
We've derailed ourselves. Don't you worry about that. We've got it all in hands.
Yeah. So apparently, thanks to some more testing even done by Commander Carpets, who HS 5060 and mentioned a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. We know that if a Thargoid gets lasered in the face and turned into 30,000 little pieces and plonked on a megaship, we should be able to get the Thargoids to flight assist off out of there for a month or so. The catch is it'll take around a couple of weeks to do it, but once we've done that, and then we need to clear out a couple of easier systems within that month. But if we manage that, humanity will discover whether the Thargoids are actually truculent enough to attack from the Maelstrom or not. Because at the moment we only know that the controlled systems can attack our stuff, not the actual Maelstrom. So if it can re-attack HIP 9016, it'll be kind of a shame. But at least we'll know.
Yeah. How did
And
the control systems become controlled in the first place then?
So, when the Maelstroms arrived, if you remember, like back in December, they changed. A whole load of systems flipped to control straight away.
Ah, okay.
Then those controlled started causing alerts.
Yes.
And then the unpopulated ones of those go to controlled, and the populated ones go to invasion.
To controlled in one day.
Yeah, it was just as soon as those things arrived. It was, if you remember, they arrived over time. There was only a couple at the first, yeah. But each one, it just stole a whole load of systems straight away. It kind of cheated. So.
Okay.
But yeah, so if it can attack, okay, we'll have kind of lost a bit of effort. But but if it can't, that'll change things a bit, because that means we can actually win. Like clear the Maelstrom down to just having the Maelstrom system and no others. Yeah. Yeah,
and once you've done that, it can't get out again.
Yeah, if it can't attack, it would have to disappear and come somewhere else. So it gets. No, I don't think it works like that.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. Obviously, if what we're doing at the moment no longer works as well, then it'll change things a bit as well. So we'll have to see.
Cool.
Nice. Well, good luck.
Oh, thank you very much. Hopefully Tharg will get meowed at repeatedly. I think that will work.
I've definitely got a little munchkin here that will do that.
As long as he doesn't get masturbated.
That sounds rude. I bet that's a.
It's Spanish.
It's Spanish.
I understand that, but I bet you're only saying it because it sounds rude.
It's probably been mistranslated to or from Spanish at some point.
Isn't like most things that the Spanish say rude?
Only if they're speaking to us.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Everything that we've said in Spanish has definitely been rude.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter what language it is, really, does it?
That's because we all know who wrote it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
By the way, anyone from Spain, don't listen to these blabberings. They're just talking more fabulosity.
I'm flamming away.
Yeah, both.
So, Volcarius, would you like to add anything else?
No, I'm not. Thank you all for the show. Hail the Empress and for the mug.
For the mug. Next up, we have Flossy talking to Jackman.
Yes. How are you doing, Jackman?
Oh, all right, thank you.
All right, thanks.
Not a
You
lot
been up to
going
any-
on. Well, I've been to a funeral, unfortunately. But on the most important thing, I'm looking forward to seeing you all at the ECM.
Oh, are you going?
Yes.
I'm going.
Great.
I'm going to be there. I'll be there for all the nights.
Nice.
Put the
Great.
hotel room.
Not DaveCon.
Definitely
No.
not Daycom. He
ECM,
did help
not
me,
DaveCon.
but I'm not going for Daycom.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing you all in real life, and
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, look forward to seeing
that's
you.
it. For the mug, because
Oh.
I've got nothing else to say.
Short,
Actually,
man,
short
for
and
the mug.
sweet.
I'm
For
sorry.
the mug.
I'm sorry, but
No, I know. That's you've had a hell of a week, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, well, we will see you at ECM, not DaveCon.
Definitely not Daycom.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see you at ECM, definitely not DaveCon.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay then.
Take it easy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
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 Hug.
Next up is Mia talking to Litho.
Oh, Litho, have you done anything? Ever?
Pass.
Pass? What have you
What's
been
the
up
next
to
question?
What? Oh, come on. What have you been up to this week? You must have done. Have you been in game?
I went far enough into game to make sure that my loader had downloaded correctly.
Ah, yes.
Tell her about the hamburger.
The hamburger?
Yeah.
Well, I had a hamburger in Hamburg.
Yeah.
Oh, you have topped it. That's it. You've topped it off. That's a bucket list item. That.
So last time I was out there, I had a Frankfurter in Frankfurt.
Yes.
Now it's a hamburger in Hamburg. So yeah, I'm collecting the set. Yeah.
Have you had a Berliner in Berlin?
Sadly, no. We haven't got an office in Berlin. So. Although one of the guys that regularly works in the Hamburg office while I'm over there is from Berlin, so I might ask him to bring some Berliners over next time we travel across.
You could ask a Berliner to bring Berliners.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's even better.
Wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Yeah. But now most
Does
of
he
my...
say, Ich bin ein Berliner?
Yeah, we've done that one with him as well.
Okay.
Yeah, most of my quotes elite-related time this week has been checking out the kit I'm taking to ECM. So
well, of course,
we have network controllers and Wi-Fi access points and a stack of little switches and a massive ancient Cisco ASA, which is going to be the firewall between us and the rest of the hotel, just so we don't do anything embarrassing, this kind of thing. And and so far it's all going smoothly.
Nice.
Fingers crossed.
Excellent. Then everything seems to work so far. But of course, it's always different when you get on site, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't it just?
Oh, so you'll be at ECM, definitely not DaveCon as well.
Oh, definitely.
No, definitely not DaveCon.
No, I'll definitely be there though.
Yeah.
Except I still haven't seen my ticket. I really ought to chase Not Dave about that.
Yeah, I haven't seen a ticket either. I think it's just might just be the whole thing might just be some flim-flam show.
Could be.
Aren't they like emails or something?
I don't
You
think
have
you
to
get
print them out.
physical tickets.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting actual tickets.
No, but I didn't get an actual email either. So
no,
you might want to you might want to chase that out.
Yeah, David assured me that he booked the ticket for me in advance of them going live. So
yeah, because you will actually be there. It won't happen if you're not there. Well, but it'll be all board games.
Yeah, there might be a lot more offline activities going on.
Yes, there we go.
And we've got one computer in the corner plugged into their main internet feed. Well, this one works.
Will this one work? No. What's the Wi-Fi password, anybody? Yeah, that could be awkward.
But yeah, I'll be arriving early on the Friday and leaving middle of the Sunday probably.
You'll probably have it all sorted by the time I get there, then that's fantastic.
Oh, I wouldn't bet on that.
I'm coming from north of the wall.
Little Grey's not arriving till somewhere between 9 and 10, and then we've got to start the entire stage setup.
Okay.
You might want to move to the Outer Hebrides.
Yes, I'd drive down from there.
We'll meet up with Vicky.
Yeah. So, anything else, or do you want to say the magic words?
I think I'll just say for the mug.
For the mug!
Mug. So now it's me talking to Flossy. Hi, Flossy.
Hiya.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Are you, I hope?
Yeah, I'm good. But this is not about me. This is all about you.
No, I know.
Are you going to Not DaveCon?
Yes, I'm going. I'm going to Not
Nice.
DaveCon.
You've got a fair way to travel, haven't you?
Yes. Vicky Spencer's offered to give me a lift down.
Nice.
So I'll have to arrange to meet up with him. And
He's not the one on the motorbike, is he?
he is, yes.
Yes.
I think he's taken the car for it.
I hope he's bringing a big crash helmet for you.
I'm not going on his blood bike.
I just had visions of you on the back of a motorcycle with one of those helmets.
Probably think I'm the supply of blood.
The helmet and the goggles.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh, that would be that would be a Kodak moment.
Yes.
Hanging on to my suitcase. Yeah. Great.
Oh.
So yeah, hopefully it's
You could build an olive. You could build olive from on the buses. Put in a wee sidecar. With your scarf, your scarf on. I had a nice headscarf. Put in a sidecar.
It won't be my first time in a sidecar.
Oh.
My dad used to have one.
Excellent.
I remember going to Scotland in his sidecar.
In a sidecar, you must have been frozen.
It was all covered in, mind. It was covered
Oh,
in
right,
one.
that's not so bad.
Yeah.
So, what food are you most looking forward to?
What food? Any food. Edible. I don't want to gain weight, but no doubt I will.
You see, it doesn't count when it's an event. At least I've never classed an event as you know, it doesn't count.
No. It's just when you get back and you go on a still think, oh no! Yeah. After you spend so long trying to lose, say half a stone, and then you put it all on over one weekend.
Yeah, is that the same set of rules that say that broken biscuits don't have any calories because they all leak out of the break?
Well, that's true, isn't it?
And food stolen off other people's plates.
Or crumbs.
I stand by that rule.
Yeah. Yes, so I am looking forward to it very much.
Good.
And
Nice.
Meanwhile, I did play a bit of a late last week, just looking for plants after dropping off the mug to Andran.
Did you find any interesting?
Nothing special really. I'm hoping I will find something special. But yeah. And then last few nights I've been playing the Elder Scrolls.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was a free on Epic Games, so downloaded it overnight the other night, and I've been playing it a couple of nights. So
Bethesda Bugworks.
What's that? Sorry.
Bethesda Bugworks.
Right.
Because
Bethesda Bugworks.
Yeah, Bethesda make Elder Scrolls, and they're very buggy.
Oh, right, I see, yeah. Well, it's been alright so far. Except I've got myself a bit lost now. I'm trying to get somewhere and I can't figure out how to get there, so...
I've never actually played it.
No.
Although they did a good job on Skyrim.
Yeah?
Elder Scrolls 4, I think it was.
Eventually 6.
6, is it?
Alright.
Jesus, 6, really?
No, 5. 5.
Skyrim's 5.
4 was Oblivion. Skyrim's 5.
Ah. Yeah,
6 is due real soon, TM.
TM. So did you get up to anything else, Flossy?
No, apart from that, not a lot. So, I'll say for the mug.
For the mug.
The mug.
Next up is Lithover. With me.
Ooh, so, Amelia.
Yes.
You've done anything interesting in the last few weeks?
I got a cat.
Ooh.
Mooncake.
What sort?
It's a Bengal.
Bengal tiger?
Well, she's not... I tell you, she's not stripy. She's spotty, like a leopard.
Oh, a Bengal tiger leopard.
Yeah, Bengal tiger leopard.
So it's still 6'4" and 300 pounds, yeah?
Apparently she's going to get about twice the size of a normal house cat. Apparently. Wow. But, I mean, she was the runt of the litter, so I don't know how big.
Only 1 3/4 times the size, then.
Yeah, maybe. But, yep, she's going to start her harness training this week in preparation for Not DaveCon.
Awesome.
For definitely not DaveCon.
Definitely not DaveCon. ECM, definitely not DaveCon. So I'm going to probably post a few videos of her flopping over to the side as I put the harness on her for the first time.
Put the harness on you.
That's how they go.
Yep. And I'm going to have to...
You have to get her on a little platform so she does. If she just lies down, you can drag her along on that. Something nice feels.
Skateboard.
I made a Facebook page for her to save my...
You did not.
I did, yeah. I found that my Facebook feed is now nothing but Mooncake for the past several weeks. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to put all this into her own page. So you can go and follow her page at facebook.com/mooncakekitty, all one word. So yeah, come follow Mooncake and her antics, because I plan on posting pictures and videos and all the usual cheesy stuff an owner does with their pet. But she's a Hutton trucker, through and through. She was born a trucker.
I just found the link.
Little shit.
Did that come across the radio?
Yes, it did. Loud and clear.
Great. Nice. Thanks, darling.
Look at those pictures, though.
She's adorable, isn't she?
Oh, I'm back on the scratchy head video. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, they're helping you play. Is it WoW? She's helping you play.
Oh
something.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some videos
Yeah.
of her helping me pilot a Type 9 as well. So
Yeah.
Ooh, fun.
it's
Haven't
gonna
got the
be.
castle now.
Yep.
Lost all interest. I've got a tail.
She has an unhealthy fixation with her tail.
Yeah.
So-
Somebody's. Yeah. That's up. She's trying to get around the back to get a go at that giant now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. He's knocked down anyway. Don't worry about it. Oh no, it's just video after video after. Oh God, why did I do this? Why have I done this?
There's going to be a lot more. I am so smitten with her. She's unbelievably gorgeous. She is unbelievably well-tempered. You know, I mean, she wants to chew the wires on the computer, but I keep pushing her away from them. So I'm hoping I don't wake up one morning to find that she's chewed through something important. Aside from that, she's a darling, you know?
Yes.
Is
she still shouting at you?
No, actually, she's still not mews. You know, she mews.
Yeah.
But she's not like 24/7 shouting at the top of her lungs anymore. But there's a video on on the page of our first night with me sounding a little worse for wear at 5 a.m.
With the cat going, wow,
yeah, pretty much. And I had to get that on video because that's a memory, you know.
Yeah.
It's a memory you'll never forget.
72 hours we didn't sleep.
Nice.
The first 72
That'll be
hours.
getting used to her. Where was she before? Was she?
She was an outdoors cat. She was actually she comes from because she's a pedigree, pure breed, and the breeder actually rears them all outdoors, and so she's been outdoors all of her life up until we got her, and now she's a house cat because we can't let her out into the street. She'd kill the other cats in the street. She'd eat them.
Being an actual tiger. Or a leopard tiger.
She'd probably have a go at some of the dogs as well. I can't do that. I can't allow that. So we have to harness train her, you know?
Yeah.
But she's very nervous, so I doubt she would anyway, but that's not the point, you know. She could.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when she gets a bit bigger.
Once she's used to the harness and up to full size, are you going to go sledding with her in winter?
Oh, wow. I didn't even think of that.
Mush.
There's no snow. I love snow. It's my favourite weather. We don't get snow down here.
You have to come up here, then we always get it.
Here either.
It's
too close to the coast.
I want to move back to Scotland eventually at some point. I miss Scotland.
Oh, you get snow here.
Yeah, every year. Well,
every week.
Every week.
Yeah. Not usually in July.
Sometimes, maybe.
Not ruling it out, but.
But anyway, yeah, that's my big news, and that's taken up all of my time lately. And of course, I'm going to be doing Twitch streaming soon. I know I keep saying this, but I'm actually going to set up a Twitch stream for Mooncake as well, so you can just sit there and watch her sleep while I game. So we're gonna have Mooncake cam. I'm also going to get one of those little what are they called? The little attachable cameras that I can put on her harness.
Oh, I think they do call them a cat cam.
A cat cam, so that when we take her out, you can actually have the world from her point of view. Do you know what I mean? And also when we come to ECM and meet everyone, you can get video of Mooncake's perspective on you all.
So basically what you see is an ankle with blood oozing out of it and a pair of murder mittens wrapped around it.
A postman's foot sticking out of the shed.
Yeah, she's eaten the rest already.
Still twitching.
Yeah. But anyway, other than that, I'm just for the mug.
For the mug?
Which leaves me to talk to Mia.
Hello!
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks. It was interesting to see you talking about having hunted weeds, because I've been out poking at weeds as well this week.
Have you?
Yeah, I went the other way. I went out past the Formadine Rift. So I was in system
that's
with
right. Yeah, you went that way when we had no show, didn't you?
Yeah. So I went out there and I've just left the system that had the Zurara in it. And I'm heading further out. And I'm just going to look for weeds and nice things and interesting stuff and see what I can find and bring back.
Nice.
So it's been good. It's been good. I've taken what I did do, I'm just going to settle myself here, hold on a second. What I did do that was daft was I left the bubble without an SRV. And then I thought, well, I'll head to the Heart and Soul Nebula. I'm sure I'll be able to get one at one of, because there's bases, there are a couple of asteroid bases there. And I went there and they don't have outfitting. And I went, oh, there's a mega ship with outfitting. But the mega ship with outfitting didn't let mere mortals let me on board. So I thought, well, I'm just going to continue out. And I went out to the Zurara, and guess what? There was a mega ship at the Zurara that A, let people on board, B, had outfitting, and C, sold SRVs and planetary vehicle hangars. So thanks to whoever owns that ship, because that saved my bacon, really. And from there on, I was able to jump about and do a wee bit of trundling around and do my thing, basically. So it's been good fun, and it's a thing I've not done much of before. So, yeah.
Luckily, I had 2 SRVs. One of them, I didn't realise. I went out to the pub last week.
Oh, no.
And I didn't realise I was still logged in the game. When I came back, it said, your SRV has been... Oh, no.
Yeah, because it's run out of fuel, and you just went, well, I'm just going to explode now.
Yep.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. That's
Why can't you just run out of fuel and just not do anything?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I think it does, and then your air runs out, and then it just goes, well,
let's
either explode or you die.
So, luckily I had 2, so I've still got my spare.
A lot of people do that. I never did. I only ever take 1.
Yeah.
And I just kind of think, if that breaks, I'm done. That's
well, I always have at least 1 spare, and if I'm going a long way, if I know I'm going to be on a long do, I'll take 4.
Well, I try to keep enough. Oh, no, I never take 4. But I do have 1 ship, though. I've got a ship that's a kind of... It's good for doing raids on bases. It's just I think it's like a Crate Phantom, and I've just filled every space I can with planetary vehicle hangars and as many SRVs as I can get on board. It's got something like 10 or 12 SRVs on it. And it's just like, if one blows up, you're back on the ship, get the next one and go in again. I need to change it over, though, because it's all scarabs, and I need to change it to scorpions. So they'll be tougher.
I haven't actually tried the scorpion yet.
I quite like it. It's a bit slower than a bit. It's on wheels. It's only on like 4 wheels. It feels a bit more car-like and things like that. But yeah, I quite like it. Like it.
I have to try one.
Yeah. So other than that,
I've not tried the scorpion yet either.
Oh no, it's good. It's good. I've never tried it with another person.
It looks very fancy.
Oh, it's 2 seats, that is it?
Yeah, it's a 2-seater. You got one driver.
Get on them. Yes.
So you can drive and you can have somebody else up in the turret.
Yeah.
Banging away.
Oh, nice one. Yeah.
Yes, and it's got the dual modes weapons as well. So it's got two weapons.
No,
so it's got
right,
the gun
of course, it's got the weapons
gun that does the and narrows in the more you're shooting. And it's also got the kind of one shot. I don't know if it's a missile or what it is, but it's like a 1-shot missile. Is what it feels like.
Ooh.
And so what you say is it's got the bzz-whoosh and the gadung.
Yes, it's got both kinds of things. Yeah.
Oh, I'd definitely have to have a go in one of them.
Oh yeah, they're good.
You or somebody?
They are good fun. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. Trying to think what else I've been up to. I don't think I've been up to a whole hell of a lot. I'm starting to plan for my next diorama, which is going to be a Saturday night out street scene. I've previously done a sort of post-industrial, messy, horrible backlot kind of thing behind the factory. And
have you posted the images on Facebook?
I've not posted them directly on my Facebook, and I might do that tonight. I've posted them on like a kind of model making group. So I've got my second one was a motorway scene. So I've done my motorway scene now.
Because I'd really like to see them.
Yeah, I'll fire them up.
You can make a folder in your Facebook profile and just put them all in a
Yeah.
folder, all
I might
dioramas.
give them their own page and put a bajillion videos on there.
Hey, there you go. That's
Yeah,
that's
there
healthy
you
thinking. That is.
I call it something like, I don't know, Cake Moon.
Cake Moon dioramas.
Cake Moon dioramas. Yeah, and just try and spoil mooncakes at fans. Yeah,
Just call them Ouija-ramas.
Ouija-ramas, yes. Yes, that's good. Or a Mia-rama.
Mia-ramas.
Yes. So I've been doing a wee bit. I'm getting ready for the third one. So I've got some shop fronts. I've been starting to paint up some shop fronts, making some tiny litter bins and putting Glasgow City Council logos on the tiny litter bins. And I've started making up posters with things on them. So I'm making up my own kind of posters for like the billboards, and you know how sometimes you get posters on the railings outside the roads and things like that. So I've been making up.
I'm surprised you don't do some sort of modelling gaming as well.
Yeah, no, I can't be asked. No, really what it was is I like to get the little Oxford diecast cars. That's my thing that I like. And they're like 1/76 scale, so they're quite dinky and they're quite dinky. No, they're quite Oxford diecasty. And they're quite small. So the idea was originally, I thought I've got these and, I'll get some photographs of them and make them look as real as possible. And then I thought, well, it'd be better if they had a wee background. And then I bought a thing to make a wee background, and then I bought another couple of bits, and then the guy went, here, I can show you how to get some stuff to do that. And then before you know it, you get about 40 different paints, you're nailing bits of an MDF together and painting it, and working out what static grass is while blowing yourself up with the static grass applicator. So, all the fun of the fair. So, yeah. But, I'll fire those up onto my Facebook page tonight.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. No, not right now, though, obviously. And apart from that, for the mug.
Okay, thank you for the mug. And that brings us to the end of our green room.
Yay!
So.
Which I believe brings us to the end of our show.
Pretty much. So. Does anyone have anything, last words?
No, I want to go to bed now.
Right. Well, I'm not going to shout for the mug. Someone else is going to have to shout it because Mooncake is still a bit nervous and I don't want her clawing my face off.
Can I have a go this week?
Yeah. Do you want to go?
Yeah. Okay, do you want to fire off the old klaxons?
Yep. All right, I'll fire up the old klaxons. So you ready?
Yes.
For the mug.
Mug.
For the mug.
Well, so ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the show. I think everyone's mugged off now. So why don't
no journey too long, no cargo too small. The profit margins never really mattered at all.
Yay.
We're gonna take the cargo where it's needed today. Super cruising all of.
Seamless. Right, where's the damn credits? Okay, here we go. Good night, everyone.
Yay.
Good night, everyone.
Journey too long, no cargo too small. Profit margins never really mattered at all. We're gonna take the cargo where it's needed today. Super cruising all across the Milky Way. We're taking anything, anytime, anyway. Loading all the teen out to the brim with the rest for the more. For the more, for the more, for the more. Yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Yeah, everybody sing the trucker song. Flossy always seems to crash into the sun. It's Skibble ice the pilot on the Xbox One. Halving out the free, you know, leads us well. Trucking across the galaxy, now everybody out for the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Everybody sing the Hutton Truckers song. For the more, for the more, for the more. You know just where we're coming from. For the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Everybody sing the Hutton Truckers song. So give me a large pipe that I can land on, and I'll give you cargo and sing you my song. No point 22 light years to go, cruising to no journey too long, no cargo too small. The profit margins never really mattered at all. We're gonna take the cargo where it's needed today. Super cruising all across the Milky Way. We're taking anything, anytime, anywhere. So shout it out loud like you don't even care. For the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the more, for the more, for the more. Everybody sing the Hutton Truckers song. For the more, for the more, for the more. Yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the more, for the more, for the more. Everybody sing the Hutton Truckers song.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the show. Everyone's buggered off now, so why don't you bugger off too?
Seamless.